What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF. Yes, that's right. DTLF back in the flesh for this pregame. We got the Lakers. We got the Memphis Grizzlies backed off of a back-to-back games. Well, not back-to-back necessarily, but we're playing them again for the second time on this road trip. Uh, they're a very grimy team again. We just beat them, but it was a sloppy game. Let's see if this one we can make the proper adjustments and smoothing things over, man. How y'all feeling today, though? I'm feeling great. Hopefully, the Lakers come out and give us another victory. We are now 3-0 on this road trip. Still no Alex Caruso, so that's unfortunate. But the good news is that everybody else seems to be healthy and ready to go. All in all, this should be a dub. But the NBA is getting really interesting. It's starting to heat up all over. And What's up, guys? What's up, buddy? It's crazy to see how the standings are in the East and in the West right now. Right now in the West, we got three teams tied for first place, and that's the Lakers, the Flippers, and the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, that's going to change as the season progresses, but everybody else is in the middle of the pack. Those are the three teams that kind of have elevated themselves from the rest. So that's the good news about the West, right? We got three on top, and then everybody else in the battle in the mix. While those three hopefully continue to separate themselves. And then in the East, we got some surprises. I'm gonna get into the East right now in a little bit, but let me read a couple of y'all comments. My dog said, "Fresh King, appreciate you, bro. Shout out to my girl for the jersey, man. Fire, right?" He said, "Hi, Dan. I don't usually watch pregame, but I had to show my love early. Thanks for everything, man. For sure, brother. Look, man, y'all gotta go check this man out. Especially y'all speak Spanish. My boy, is doing it big over there. He's trying to grow his channel. Reviewing movies and stuff like that, and not just movies, but all kinds of shows and stuff. He breaks the news, so I appreciate you, bro. Just showing love to the La Raza out there, man." He said, "Looking clean, down, fresh jersey. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man." Why am I wearing a Raptors jersey? Because it's a retro Vince Carter jersey. I'm showing love. I'm a basketball fan above all. Yes, Lakers first, but I can wear other colors as well, man. Get used to it, bro, because I love retro jerseys. You might be seeing a lot of retro jerseys from different teams and Lakers jerseys as well. Appreciate y'all, though. Appreciate y'all. On a different note, I was talking about the Eastern Conference standings. Man, they're all over the place. If I would have told you that the 76ers to start off the season, 6, 7 games in, 8 games in, would be 6-1, Dwight Howard already making his mark over there. Okay, Dwight, we see you, bro. And we got the Magic in second place. That's a huge surprise. Third place, we got the Pacers, another big surprise. The Knicks, my second favorite team out here doing stuff, man. Look at this guy. Look at this team. By the way, shout out Julius Randle putting up big numbers. I'm talking 22, 11 rebounds and like 5, 6 assists. My dog is putting up numbers, man. So you got to absolutely love what Julius Randle and the whole again is another testament to the Lakers front office. They drafted exceptionally well, and those young cats continue to leave their mark on this league everywhere from Jordan Clarkson to D'Angelo to Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo. They're all out here leaving their mark. So shout out to Jules for doing what he's doing, man. And then at 6, we got the Cavs, another surprise team. And if I told you that Giannis's Bucks will be at 7th early in the season, you wouldn't believe me, right? Neither would you if I told you that the Hawks were 4-3 and in that current 8th spot, and everybody else is below. The Raptors, biggest surprise, biggest shocker for me, man. Biggest shocker for me because the Raptors have a pretty decent team. They just re-signed their Fred VanVleet, their shooting guard, and last I checked, they had a championship defensive team minus Kawhi, and now they lost out obviously Serge Ibaka and Marcus. So and now they're 1-5, which goes to show you that big men are still a hot commodity, around the league. Like big man still priority in this league. If you don't have a good big man, you're going to struggle. Look at how the Raptors are, and look where the Clippers are right now. Even though the Clippers are still fool's gold in my opinion, but the Clippers right now are at the top of the West. I guess Serge Ibaka is making some sort of a difference, right? But again, that's going to change as we approach, the bottom stretch of the year. And I'm looking forward to seeing, who's going to surprise like for real this season. Who has been your guys' biggest surprise team in the West or East? Doesn't matter. Let me know, guys, in the comment section. I'd love to know. My guy said, "Hey, it's Dan the Dinosaur fan." Oh, you better believe it, man. I'm a Vince Carter fan. Heck yeah, the best dunker of all time, VC, man. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. That man jumped over a 7-footer in the Olympics. Go back and watch it. The Skywalker. The Cavs, the Knicks, the Hawks, and the Hornets, to be honest. For reals, man, the East is really surprising me, but I'm having fun watching that East Coast. The West has been surprising as well. Let's not forget that the Pelicans are currently in the fifth slot. Again, this is irrelevant to how the year's going to start. I'm just talking about early on to start the season. The New Orleans Pelicans doing work, man, doing work. Brandon Ingram putting up big numbers, like big numbers, and he's carrying that team. So I'm very proud of that kid as well. They continue to shine, and they've been playing some pretty good teams as well. So he said, I don't regret the young kids trade for Davis, but a team of D'Lo, Kuzma, Lonzo, Ingram, and Randall would have been fun as hell to watch. I agree with you, bro. With everything you said, sure, it would have been fun. We loved our young core, but the real question is, what have they developed the way they did? I think everything works out for a reason, and these guys are all like, most of them are like focal points in those teams. Probably wouldn't have all been focal points of this team, right? Somebody's going to sacrifice. So it worked out for them, and it worked out for us. I mean, we got a chip. I'd do it all over again for another chip, right? Vic, appreciate you, bro. You said no. Pelicans been a surprise. Bi been a beast, and Lonzo and Hart been holding it down. I love it. I love it, man. The young core. I'm proud of everybody except for Josh Hart, but everybody else I'm proud of, man. I've been loving them. They've been nothing but class towards this Lakers organization, and I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to see what those young teams develop into. Hey, what's up, Q? How you doing, my brother? He said, "What up, Dan? Your boy Q. Biggest surprise is the Knicks, bro. I'm so happy. The way that I was just talking to one of my boys who lives out there in New York, man, a diehard Knicks fan. Shout out to my brother Lou. We were just talking about this earlier, and I was telling him I'm really impressed with what Tom Thibodeau has been able to do with that young roster early on. They've beat some good teams as well. I think they beat Brooklyn too. Brooklyn's actually struggling, which I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I usually end up doing it anyway. So I kind of said I wasn't that impressed by their early start. They will be a better team than what they're showing right now, but it's going to take some time for them to gel. Anytime you put two star players like that who are ISO kings in a team, you have to define roles, right? But yeah, I'm proud of Julius too. Q, what's up, my brother? He said, "Why don't you like Josh Hart?" Because he was talking trash about California as soon as he got traded. He said, "At least we don't have earthquakes out here in Louisiana." My, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Josh Hart, but y'all got tornadoes over there. Y'all got hurricanes, and you should never make fun of a situation like what Cali was going through at that time with all the earthquakes and fires, man. So that really turned me off to what he is. He's kind of a jerk, kind of a dirt bag for that. And then he said In and Out was overrated anyways. It's like, bro, shut up. Don't ever mention In and Out or anything. And then he said something about the Lakers organization one time too in a podcast. He was being childish AF, man, and I'm done with him. Like, anybody who shows disrespect towards this organization after we treated you with class, like, bro, you never deserve to wear the purple and gold. Straight up. Appreciate you, big baby. What's up, bro? He said the Nets might trade for Harden after seeing how they've been playing and seeing Dinwiddie go out. Well, I mean, the Rocket fans should hope for that because they can get the most trade value from a team like the Brooklyn Nets. And on top of that, I'll be honest with you, John Wall and DeMarcus and the rest of that team with Christian Wood have looked great, especially when James Harden hasn't been on the floor. Now, don't call me a hater or whatever. You guys know I'm not a Harden fan, but that doesn't change the fact that my opinion is valid. Pay close attention. Whenever James Harden is not on the court, that team moves the ball better. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying obviously James Harden is not skilled or nothing, but he is a distraction in the locker room, and the ball moves a lot better, and they have a lot of talent on that team. I think they're better off adding some talent while fixing the chemistry of that team, and maybe they'll have a chance at the playoffs because the West is tough as every year. So if I was them, I'd go out there and get as many first round picks as they can. Give me Karras, LeVert. Dinwiddie got injured, so I don't even think he's trade eligible. But give me, Jared Allen. Give me some ballers over here, man. I would do it for sure. Hey, what up, John? My boy said Knicks fans are equally as loyal as Laker fans. Love seeing the Knicks fans TV. He said they do content just like you. He said real basketball fans know the league is better when the Lakers and the Knicks and the Celtics are good. Absolutely, AP videos. Absolutely, bro. And you're right on point. That's the reason the Knicks have always been my second favorite team, is because their fans and their passion echoes the same as ours. And so you got to mutually respect them. There's not a lot of fan bases like that. There's a couple, but it's not too many that stay loyal even when they suck for years. I mean, Clipper fans definitely don't stay loyal. Look at their stands whenever they suck. And then Warrior fans are the same. There's some of the biggest bandwagons out there, man. When they suck, woo, yeah, nowhere to be found. But as soon as they got Curry and all these guys, boom, they filling up arenas and stuff, right? He said, "Would you rather have Harold or Christian Wood?" Harold was never on my list that I wanted as far as a player. Christian Wood was so, but I wouldn't change anything because I like the way this team is starting to come together, and so I'm not going to disrespect my dog Harold. So I'm picking Harold as of right now. But before the season started, Harold wasn't on my list. I wasn't even a fan of Harold's, obviously for obvious reasons. He was on the Clippers. But I got to keep it 100 with you, man. He won me over because as soon as he joined, everything gets dropped. Y'all know my motto. Y'all know how Laker fans are, man. We hate you when you're a dirtbag and you're out here hating on our franchise, but as soon as you come in here and start putting in work, it's all love. And that's what happened with Montrez. I mean, he's bringing that heart, passion, and that grit over here, so you can't help but love it and respect it. And he also threw a shot at the Clippers, so that also helps the Laker fans love him because he said, this is how a real basketball team's supposed to be playing. We playing real basketball over here. So that lets you know that hey, everything we as fans have always known, Clippers ain't real. They ain't for real, man. They ain't playing real basketball over there. That's a beach volleyball team disguised as an NBA team. Don't let nobody fool you, man. Don't let nobody fool you. He said you should discuss Paul George crying about being hated on. Well, I kind of touched on this on my Twitter, but I will for those of you that don't follow me on Twitter at Dan a Lakers fan. There's the plug, by the way, if you guys want to do that. Um, I will touch on the subject. Thanks, big baby. I appreciate that. And my thing is, to me, I don't hate Booker. He's very talented, very skilled. I hate it when people try to compare him to Kobe because come on, man. Come on, man. Different breed. Different breed. I don't care if he got the Mamba mentality. I don't care if he got the Cobra mentality. Sure, I don't even care if he got the bear mentality. I don't care what he has. He's not gonna be Kobe. All right. First off, Kobe just put his head down and worked. He wasn't out here talking. He would never complain about being double teamed in the offseason and no pickup scrimmage games. I don't care. Kobe's not a whiner. Devin Booker is. Every time we face the young man, he's out here crying and complaining. Now, I'm sorry if it hurt some feelings. I know there's some ladies that watch my channel that love him because he's a handsome young man. Hey, I ain't hating on him. Devin Booker is a handsome young man. Good for him. But all I'm saying is the whole little ordeal between PG and Devin Booker, y'all know where I stand with that. PG is a big crybaby, man. He's a faker. He's a liar. He ain't got no heart. Other players are starting to sniff that out, but for me to sit here and say that Devin Booker is tough or something, that's two crybabies just going at it, man. In my opinion, yes, Paul George is the worst of the two, but to me, like I wasn't impressed because Devin Booker, come on, bro. Every time you face the Lakers, you're out here crying about little tic tac fouls instead of focusing on your game and show me something in the playoffs, man. If not, just keep it shut. That's all I gotta say to Devin Booker. Paul George, y'all know how I feel about him, man. He ain't got no respect for me. I shouldn't even waste my breath on Paul George. He said, Dan, have you noticed that defense intensity has dropped off compared to last year? You think it's because we are missing what Dwight, AB, McGee, and DG brought us? That is partially a reason why, because obviously we're adapting to a brand new defense. We're not gonna try to, you know, we're not gonna try to bully people this year. We're gonna try to finesse them. So, that's just the difference. That's the difference this year. But we're still number 6 defensively as far as defensive efficiency. I was looking at that, and it's not like we've made a huge drop off. It's just that we're Laker fans and we're spoiled. We expect perfection from day one, and that's not what's happening right now. Right now, there's a lot of gaping holes because of the flat-footedness of Marcus, so because of the undersize of Montrez. So yeah, we could maybe use another big man, but I have no doubt that the Lakers will figure this out from front office to the roster. They just need more time together to gel. I mean, we're on our biggest win streak of the year, man. We should be talking about that 3-game win streak, all on the road, versus tough teams because the Spurs ain't no walk in the park, even though they didn't have LaMarcus. And same thing with Memphis. They're not an easy team. So we got to come out here tonight and make sure we punch in the mouth first. Right? He said, Luke Walton is killing Bagley's career. Bro, I've been saying it forever. I've been saying it forever about Luke Walton. And that is, he's not a real NBA coach. I don't care what nobody says, man. He's never shown me otherwise. I don't like the way he tries to develop players. He doesn't. I remember when D'Angelo Russell or Jordan Clarkson or anybody was going off, this man Luke Walton wouldn't reward him with more minutes. He'd bench them. And whenever D'Angelo had like a 30 or 40-point performance, Luke Walton would say he still has a lot to improve on, blah, 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 blah. He would never give him his flowers. So that was very discouraging. So much for being a player's coach, right? That's what the marketing was for him. It's crazy, man. But at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this. Luke Walton, he's a great guy. I wish him the best. but he shouldn't be in the NBA. If that's the case, put me on the head coaching position. I'll do a better job of developing young talent. I'll give them the green light. For example, if I was, I draft LaMelo Ball, third overall pick, Michael Jordan brought him to my team, I'm giving him the green light, man. It's not like my team's a winning franchise, anyways. Give him the green light. Let him become a leader. He makes everybody better. If you guys see how the way that this hold on. Let me address this guy because his ignorance is super bliss right now. He's happy trying to troll me, thinking I'm a Raptors fan. Bro, I'm an NBA fan. This is Vince Carter, by the way. If you think Vince Carter is trash, you got another thing coming to you. Do your research, man. Is this your first time here? You're really wet between the ears. I'm the hardest Laker fan you'll ever meet. He said Raptors are trash. LMAO. Stop it, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're just a troll. He said, damn, that jersey's fire. Thank you, bro. Somebody who appreciates basketball. Thank you. Ignorance is bliss. YSL is, what does it stand for, man? Your stupid life? What does it stand for? He said, damn, what's the starting lineup? Should be the same. I think KCP should be cleared to return. Last report had it that his ankle was feeling better. So if they clear him, he will be returning tonight. But at the end of the day, I'm not sure. But if it is, it's going to go back to the same lineup, which was Dennis, KCP, LeBron, AD, and Mark. If he's not healthy, then guess what's going to happen? It's going to be Kuzma sliding in for KCP, same as always. And he's been playing well as a starter. People will say his shooting has been really good, but what I'm looking at mostly has been his defense, man. He's been blocking shots from the weak side. He's been doing really well defensively and helping our team out in the perimeter. So I'm very happy with Kyle Kuzma as a starter. But if KCP isn't available, which Dale right here is reporting that he is, then it should be Kuz starting for sure. And I'm excited for that. I always pick him up on my fantasy drafts, and hopefully he balls out, gives me some good money. He said, breaking news, DTLF is the Lakers news. Assistant coach source tells, oh, that's funny. ESPN, Adrian Wojnarowski. I wish, man. Anything that would tie me to the Lakers would be a blessing and a dream come true. So, but until then, I'm all yours. He said, wait till we get an actual center. Well, I'm not holding my breath because it's very likely that we go into the playoffs with this very roster you're looking at. It's not like we're incapable. In a 7-game series, I still don't see any team that'll beat us as of right now. Now, remember, the trade deadline is going to be at some point this year, and we'll see if a team makes a splash that makes me think otherwise. But I told you this last year. There was no team that could handle us in a 7. Was I right or was I wrong? Now this year, I'll say the same thing. I don't think there's a damn thing that can handle us in a 7-game series. Not a damn team. We might have to call on Jordan's 96 Bulls to come back or something in order to compete because right now, I still think we're the best team, like head and shoulders over everybody. I don't care what anybody thinks. Right now, we're still the deepest team, and we still haven't even kicked it in up to 5th gear yet. So we still got a ways to go. He said, should we trade to get Lonzo back? No, not trade. However, if he becomes a free agent and we can get him on some sort of a discount price, assuming he's not a restricted, which I think he is, then yeah, I'd bring him back. But as of right now, no, we don't need to trade for another guard. We're good. He said, Tradell said no KCP, so Kuz is starting. There you go. Appreciate you guys, man. You guys are awesome. He said, Wes Matthews playing really good for us off the bench. Yes, he has about 2 good games under his belt. I'd like to see him get about 15 this year. If he could do that, I'm very happy. It's just, man, okay, YSL, you just hate him, bro. Look, check it out. I'm blocking you because you need attention. Somebody get this man his parents. He's lost. He's a Vince Carter jersey gives me go Memphis vibes. LOL, Laker Nation, cool jersey too. What? I don't get it, bro. How does that a go? Oh my goodness. I'm done. Y'all can't see me wearing no jerseys, man. Y'all funny though. He said, go Memphis? Never that, bro. You see the purple, right? Last I checked, purple's a royal color. It's a Laker color. So yeah, no. Did you hear Booker call PG-13 soft? Yeah, I did, bro. But again, that's not really gonna do anything for Book, man. That doesn't get him higher on my favorite player list, to be honest with you. Booker's a very offensively talented kid who's never done anything because he's never made it to the playoffs. So again, as much as I like Booker, I don't really like his attitude. I think his attitude is entitled. I think he thinks he's better than he is. And instead of putting in the work and just being quiet, which I hope he does because he has Chris Paul under his team, and Chris Paul will chew him out if he flaps his gums too much this year. But I think that kid just needs to humble himself and just play harder because he has the potential to be a lot better, as good as he is right now, especially defensively. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, look, Booker is not really one of my favorite players. I think I like Bradley Beal over him. I think people don't give Bradley Beal enough respect, maybe because of his age, or I don't know what it is. Maybe because Booker's a bit younger. Have no clue. But I think Bradley Beal is that guy that Booker thinks he is. To be honest with you, and so and see, I don't get this. Christopher says Kobe is like Booker. How? I don't see it. Oh, you mean Kobe likes Booker? Okay, that's different. Kobe liked everybody, man. Kobe liked Westbrook. Kobe liked Kawhi. Kobe liked everybody. That's who Kobe was, man. He was just a teacher of the game. So when you're a teacher of the game, you have to like everybody, even Jason Tatum, everybody. No matter if they were Celtics, Kobe liked them because he was just a tremendous person and a teacher. Me, I don't have to like these guys personally because I'm not a teacher of the game. I'm just a diehard fan, and so I don't have to like Booker the way you guys like him. But that's cool. Difference of opinion. Dan, who you see coming out the East to face us in the finals? As of right now, I don't have a team. It could be anybody. Don't be surprised if it was Boston. Jason Tatum's looking really nice. He's had a couple of bangers out there, man, winning games for his team and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. He said, Dan, we all know you're a top Lakers fan. I was poking fun. Go Lake Show. He said, I need to cover the 10-point spread. Hopefully you get that, bro. I appreciate that. Hopefully you get that spread because I know how much it sucks when you make a bet and you're off by a point or two. Oof, that's tough. Kobe liked Trey Young because of his daughter. Uh, you mean Kobe's daughter, Gigi, loved Trey Young, and rightfully so. Trey Young is one of the better players in this league. I mean, he's one of my favorites. Outside of the Lakers, he's my favorite player outside of the Lakers. But obviously, on the Lakers, LeBron, AD, Kuz, all these guys are my favorite in the league. I'm biased. My guy said, really concerned about the Lakers' ability to rim protect? I guess we'll have to wait and for the buyout market to make a change. Excuse me. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think the Lakers, if they do add, it's going to be from that buyout market, and that way we don't subtract anything valuable. But we'll see. Again, I'm not too concerned yet. Last I checked, we're 5-2, so we're good. I'm doing good, Jason. How you doing, brother? Thank you for asking, man. I'm doing really good. I'm blessed. My family's healthy. That's all I can ask for. My loved ones are healthy. My friends. That's all I can ask for. Hopefully, you guys are doing good as well. Take care of yourselves, man. This COVID ain't no joke. He said, Dan, how you feeling about Dennis? I love him. I love the kid. Dennis Schroder is a baller. He's a hooper. He's fearless. He's made for LA, man. The type of ballers we needed to go along with two killers in Anthony Davis and LeBron. Now we got three killers. Dennis has impacted almost every game he's played. The last game, he didn't put up big offensive numbers, but defensively, the cat was amazing. And we're gonna need that killer mindset from Dennis the Menace because he is a menace on both sides of the floor. Keeps the defense on their toes, and he allows some of that pressure off of LeBron and AD. Kevin King, what's up, my brother? How you doing? He said, don't have to wait for the buyout market. That's in March. He said they can go get Deadman in February. Yeah, that's another option as well. But the reason I think they'll wait for the buyout market is because it's not like we're starving at every position. We can literally wait and see if somebody makes a mistake or some tanking team cuts off or actual good player that you can just slot into your team, into a championship team, right? Because sometimes these pretending teams will just grab a veteran just to see how the season goes. And then as they start tanking towards the end of the year, they'll cut that veteran because they don't want that veteran to impact the tanking rankings, right? And so that's when the Lakers can really feast on a really good player. So I prefer that than to just grab, somebody from the scrap box right now. But at the end of the day, man, we'll see. And anything you'll be looking for in particular this game, Dan? Yes, I want to see the adjustments we make from this game to last game. Now, last game, we couldn't really feed the beast that is Anthony Davis. They were pesky. They were swarming on him. They were basically bothering him. And every time you put the ball on the floor, they try to poke it away, and they were just getting away with ticky tacks and stuff like that. I want to see if we make some sort of improvement where we put him in the box and then we isolate him so that now the defense has to decide if they double down on him or if they let him go one-on-one. If they let him go one-on-one, it's AD. He's going to get buckets. If they double down on him, I hope AD makes the proper adjustments and makes them pay, kicks it out to some shooters who knock down some open threes. And now you have the defense reeling all game long. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. He said, Jason Black said, my family is healthy. I'm healthy. That's what's up, man. That's a great blessing. I'm glad to hear it, brother. We need some health. That's my New Year's resolution for everybody, just health and prosperity, man. We need y'all to be healthy, man. Laker fans, hopefully one day we'll be back in Staples. Damn, that jersey looks terrible. Really? You hate my Vince Carter jersey? That's tough, man. I guess you don't got no swag, bro. No, I'm just playing. Hey, to each his own, man. I love the jersey. This is one of my favorite jerseys up there with my Laker jerseys for sure. The reason I love it, Vince Carter, one of my favorite players. Retro jerseys, come on, it's purple, it's red, some of my favorite colors, man. How can you not? He said on the buyout market, they were talking about Ariza rather than have Deadman than Ariza. Uh, it's early right now, man. All this talk, I don't buy it. Maybe it has some validity to it, but to me, it's really early. He said, I feel like them flippers will never leave LA. Well, if they don't, it's up to them, man. They can live in the shadows all they want. They're like the Foot Clan from the Ninja Turtles. That's them. Nobody cares about them. They're out in the back and the matter of fact, they're not even like the Foot Clan. They're too cool. The Clippers are just like a shadow that fades with time. Right now, they think they're good because they got Kawhi. Soon enough, he'll leave. I promise you, he'll leave or request a trade or whatever. He'll leave. And when that happens, they'll be back to square one. They'll be that mediocre team that everybody already knew they were. He said, if it ain't Lakers, it ain't powerful. LOL. Hey, man, whatever floats your boat. Look, here's the thing. Before the Lakers, there was basketball, right? Basketball is above everything. So I love my Lakers, but I also support legendary players like Vince Carter, Steve Nash, some of the best of all time, T Mac, Allen Iverson. So you will see me wear other jerseys on this channel, my brother. I'm sorry if your eyes have to adapt to it, but it's always Lakers till I die, regardless. He said, they just pay big money for the forum, not going anywhere anytime. Stepchilds for life, LOL. Now, for reals, for reals. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, okay? I can't stand the Clippers, and I do wish that they would move. But I'm starting kind of getting used to having a punching bag there, kind of having a imitation version of a rival. There's really no rivals in the NBA today because it's the Lakers over everybody. It's always been that way. The Celtics were the only rivals we ever had in the history because they were the ones making it to, they were the ones making it to the finals every other year along with us back in the day. Nowadays, though, you know, um, there's not a lot of rivalries. Everybody's buddy buddy with everybody, um, and it's kind of fun to punch on the Clippers because they think they are rivals, but they're obviously delusional. But it's a blast just to hear how delusional they are. It's kind of fun. I'm kind of having fun, honestly. I feel like you need some sort of a villain to make sports that much more interesting. Now, before we were good, they just annoyed me because they really thought that they were running LA, and I was just irritated. I couldn't wait to shut them up. But after last year, after shutting them up, I feel like I got my dose of what I needed, and now it's like screw them, but they're so relevant. Somebody asked me the other day, "Hey, there's a Clipper fan at work. I just got this new job. Should I address him or not?" I said, "Nah, man. If he addresses you first, then go for it. Defend your honor. You're a Laker fan, but we shouldn't even talk to them at this point. They're not on our level. Let them go and try to get a trophy first before they can even speak to us. Right now they got hot breath. Don't talk to me, man. Go use the Colgate, Clipper fans. Like that's how I feel about them. Like they don't bother me. They're just a nuisance. It's like, peasants. But yeah, they're just Clipper fans. And that they're I don't know. I don't know if they're wet between the ears, too young, or ignorant. It's one of the three. He said kind of Blazers during the Kobe Shaq was nice. Um, he said these flippers think that they are so good. That's the funny part. It's funny to me now. It's turned into comedy. Like I don't even address them anymore, to be honest. Until the Clippers win one ring, they are irrelevant. I don't get it. Get over it. And even if they win one, if they get blessed enough to win one, they're not going to be relevant here still. Last I checked, we got 17 of them things, man, going on 18. So, what do you think about the Lakers maybe going after Mo Bamba from the Magic? Um, I knew a guy at work who was good friends with his trainer. Believe it or not, yes, it's a small world, and I didn't believe him until he showed me proof. But he said that Mo Bamba was one of the laziest NBA players. This was when he first got drafted. He told me this. Um, one of the laziest NBA players, doesn't have a work ethic, and it was not going to amount to nothing. We are, what, year three, year four of Mo Bamba? When did the song come out, Mo Bamba? The song was probably the best thing about Mo Bamba. And so, yeah, I don't want a lazy basketball player on my team. Like, you'd be surprised what is the percentage of NBA players that just go to the NBA for the paycheck and don't really care about basketball. Based on what I've heard, and I don't know the kid personally, so I'm not going to judge him, but based on what I've heard and what I've seen from his play, he doesn't have any heart and passion for the game. And that's unfortunate because I liked him coming out of college. I thought he was going to be good. But yeah, I remember telling this guy, man, who do you like from the NBA? You like Mo Bamba? Like, who's your favorite up and comer? We were talking like scout. We were talking like young players. And he told me, nah, not Mo Bamba, man. He's like, not Mo Bamba. And I was like, why? And then he told me the whole little story about his friend being a trainer uh, for the Magic. So I'm just like, dang, that's tough. Like, if your trainers from your franchise think that about your player, like, I wouldn't want to be that player. What rim protection should we get? Again, as of right now, I'm not going to dissect that because I don't think we're going after anybody as of right now. So I'll wait till later. You won't be able to get into the stadium in LA without taking a COVID vaccine. I love my Lakers so much. I'm willing to take that vaccine, but I'm gonna wait a couple years. I'm gonna wait to see if that thing is good or not. I'm not gonna be the test subject, right? Do you think AD is having a ring coma? He looks tired, off so far. No, I think he unfortunately got injured early in the year, and I don't think he's fully all the way back. But but it'll be interesting to see how he bounces back tonight. I think AD is about to have a big game. I picked him up. I really think he's about to bounce back nicely today. So superstars don't stay down too long. But yeah, guys, he said Lakers equals Staples Center, Clippers equal, I don't know, Skid Row. I don't know, man. Honestly, like the Clippers are the Clippers, man. They're the Clippers. He said Deadman is also a solid shooter. Yeah, he's solid for sure. And could he fit? Sure, I wouldn't mind having him on board. But I think the Lakers they're gonna sit back and be patient because if they're gonna add another piece, they want somebody who's been there and probably done that, or at least somebody who can make a major impact on this team. He said AD fighting an injury. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Um, I'm not really concerned about Anthony Davis too much for the same reason. We saw what he could do last year. At the end of the day, it's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, 49 Lakers. Thank you, bro. Even though you was ragging on my jersey, but I appreciate that, man. It's all good. Hey, I know some Laker fans that are super like I can't rock any other colors or any of the jerseys. I'm as diehard as it gets, but I can definitely rock other colors except for Clippers or Boston Celtic jerseys. You'll never catch me rocking those. But if there was a legend that played at some city that wasn't a Boston Celtic or a Clipper, I'm rocking it because I'm a big fan of basketball, man. I'm a student of the game. I'm not a teacher. I'm a student, and I love it. I love basketball. What do you think about Frank Vogel wanting AD to take 5 3-pointers a game? I mean, I like it. Why? Because it's going to open up things for him and his game. If he becomes a consistent outside 3-point shooter, which he wasn't early in his career, he was a capable 3-point shooter, but he wasn't taking a high clip. But if he becomes this consistent 3-point shooter, then it's over for the league because he already can knock down the three and he's been clutch. So he's working on becoming a consistent, real 3-point shooter. Did you see that behind the back dribble move where he stepped back and knocked down a three a couple of games ago? Anthony Davis is doing guard moves out here in the perimeter, and I don't know any big man that could do that. Maybe one or two other big men in the league, but like that fluidly, that look that smooth. There's only one, and that's Anthony Davis, and I think he'll continue to get better, and he's going to continue to kill the league. I do think he is going to be the best player in the league, if not this year, next year for sure. But I think he's going to be the best overall. He said, "What up, fool?" He said, "It's Crankshaw from Twitter." He said, "That half man, half amazing jersey is cold AF." He said, "Lakers gonna get this dub tonight. Let's get it." Appreciate you, Crankshaw. Hey, the real ones know what's up. I don't even gotta explain this jersey to the real ones. The ones who know hoop, who know basketball, who know their history. Like they see this and they know what's up. So I appreciate you, bro, for real. Thank you for the compliment. Am I disappointed with Marc Gasol? Not at all. I'm a little underwhelmed by him. But I'm not disappointed. He's had a couple of nice games, and I think he's continuing to get better. His passing has been elite, so I'm happy with that part of his game. His defense needs work, rebounding needs hella work, and his scoring, he just needs to be more efficient. He showed us a three ball early in the season, and now, later on, he hasn't really knocked down too many shots. But they're trading their skills off. Like Wesley was off early, and now he's on fire. And then Marcus O was on early from the jumper, and right now he's been a little colder the last couple games. But that's all right. We're so deep we could afford that. Every night is gonna be somebody different stepping up to the plate, and I'm okay with that. He said, "You got to see how Skip defended both Kylie and KD missing game-winning shots. If it was Braun, he would have been eviscerated." I mean, we know that's what Skip does, man. Skip is the true definition of a hater, and I didn't want to admit it because when he was in First and 10 along with Stephen A, I used to love both of them on there. I used to think they were good for sports. Everybody would tune in and watch. I know y'all remember Skip on First and 10, so that was fun, and I did like the fact that he had different takes. But now he just dedicated himself to hating on LeBron James, on King James, and I can't respect that anymore. He says, "Salute Dan the man. Appreciate you, Wayne. Thank you, bro." Oh wait, Wayne. That's a cool ass name right there. I once wanted to name my dog Bruce or Wayne or something, just because I love that man. So appreciate you, dog. He said, "I'm a big Laker fan, but I low key want to get those Miami jerseys. Aren't they fire? And you shouldn't come on. You shouldn't restrict yourself. As long as you got Laker gear over anything, right? As long as you got some Laker gear, you're good, bro. Can't nobody. You're an adult. You're a grown man. Can't nobody question who you like based on what you wear. Like that's ignorant. That's like if I see somebody at work wearing green and I know he's a diehard Laker fan, I'm like, you ain't a Laker fan. He's like, why? Because you're wearing green. I'm gonna sound dumb as heck. So come on, man. It's 2021. You want to wear some Raptors gear or some retro gear or whatever, or even if you have a current favorite player, I'm thinking of getting myself a Trey Young jersey. I love Trey Young. So if I get my weight up paper wise, I will end up getting a Trey Young jersey. So don't be shocked if you see me on here with an Atlanta Hawk jersey. I just felt like wearing this today. It was sitting there in my closet. I got it on my birthday. Shout out to my girl for that. And I was just like, yeah, today's the day. I'm breaking it out today. So long as I'm not wearing this when we play the Raptors, because then that'd be a problem. Then you can question DTLF, be like, yo, why are you supporting the Raptors when we going up against them? But you know what it is. I love and support every player and every other team not named Celtics or Clippers, as long as they're not facing the Lakers. As soon as they face the Lakers, it's all Lakers all day, baby. He said, "How can you hate on greatness?" I don't know. Some people are simple-minded. They don't like anything else. Which, I mean, that's your opinion. But if you want to restrict yourself to certain colors or a certain team only, that's up to you, buddy. I have an AI jersey, Dan. Oh, Blake, I want to give me one of those. I want to get the black one with the number 3. Oh, that one's fire, man. The retro AI jersey. AI, one of my favorite players after Kobe Bryant. He's right there, man. They're like 1A, 1B. You know, uh, Come on. How can you not like a 6 foot beast who can handle the ball like a speed demon and just absolute animal, man? And the way he was so shifty and so fun to watch, and he changed the culture of basketball. I feel like he brought hip hop into basketball, which is, you see me wearing a headband. This is all hip hop culture, man. You know what I'm saying? If you love hip hop, you understand the style. If you don't, it's all right. I'm here to educate you. He said, "I'm a big Laker fan, but I low key." Oh, yeah, I already read that one. He said, "Kuz averaging over 1 block per game. I love how his defense is improving." Absolutely, Kevin. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. Kyle Kuzma has improved all the way around. And if you fail to see that at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Either you're a hater or you're blind. Because even I think even Marvin Gaye could see, how well Kuzma is playing right now. And no disrespect to Marvin, I love Marvin, but I absolutely love the way Kyle Kuzma is playing. And defensively is always what I'm more critical on him about more than his offense. We know his offense. Have you seen his jumper? It's like a flamethrower right now. It's automatic. He's wetting everything from beyond the arc. Um, and especially off of the catch and shoots. He's looking like Rashard Lewis out there, man. But at the end of the day, look, he's always gonna have his haters, whatever. I'm not gonna even address them anymore. A waste of time. He said, "Is Kuz still starting? Most likely today, yes. Yes. I haven't checked my Twitter timeline since I logged on here, but yeah, probably Kuzma will be starting. So pick him up on your fantasy rosters, man. If you want some quick buckets on the cheap." He said, "I like basketball. I also like boxing. And boy, Ryan Garcia wants to fight Tank Davis. That's going to be fun to watch. That's going to be fun to watch. And I support Ryan because he's Mexican like myself. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing I don't like about Ryan, man. He's really cocky. He's really cocky, and I'm looking. This might be a little controversial. Don't get it twisted. I still root for Ryan because he's Mexican now. Just like I love Canelo Alvarez, who's from where my mom is at, Guadalajara, Jalisco. So of course I love those guys. But man, I just want the kid to humble himself a little bit because sometimes he sounds ridiculous out there the way he celebrates. I'm like, bruh, chill out. We know you're good. Be a little, just take a little slice of that humble pie, and you'll be so much more likable. You have to have some humility. For me to like you as an athlete, or as anything, you have to have some sort of humility. If not, I can't relate. I'm sorry. That's just the way I am. Much as I like Ryan Garcia, he's a great boxer, man. Great boxer. He's carving his niche out here, man, in the boxing game. But I'm kind of rooting for Tank Davis, bro. I want him to kind of humble him a little bit. I really do. He said, "Greetings all the way from the Philippines, Dan. You about to go to dinner? I'm about to sip on my coffee." Hey, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. That is what's up. Hey, greetings, my friend. Greetings to the Philippines. I love y'all, man. Manny Pacquiao still one of my favorites all time. And talking about humility, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I love me some Manny. Is that Deion Sanders talk? But if you back it up, no, I'm cool with talking, man. But you have to have an ounce of humility. I don't mind talking. I talk myself. Anybody who's been on my second channel, y'all know I talk trash, but I'm still humble. It's all love at the end of the day. And I'm still dapping up my opponent, but I'm not gonna sit out here and gloat after a victory, and rub it all up in the loser's face like Ryan does sometimes. And just I don't know. Sometimes he sounds like a jackass to me. Excuse my language. He just comes off like I'm like, bruh, you too happy right now. Like we know you're the champion, but humble yourself a little bit. I don't know. There's something about how cocky he is. I don't know. No Caruso, no KCP. There you go. That's the update right there. Yep, absolutely. But I will say this: Muhammad Ali still, man. I don't. He was cocky and humility personified. Like this man was the whole package, and he's everything I love about an athlete. Muhammad Ali, besides Kobe Bryant, Muhammad Ali is probably my favorite athlete all time. Even though I wasn't even alive during his era, but I did my research on Muhammad. Man, I love me some Ali, and I want them to remake the movie because even though Will Smith was great in the old movie, I feel like it's a bit outdated. I would love a new movie, maybe with Jamie Foxx or I don't know somebody, an updated movie. By the way, talking about Jamie Foxx, y'all see the Spawn back there? He's in the little pic somewhere over there. I love Spawn. Like I'm a big DC fan as well as Marvel, and Spawn is being remade. That's gonna be fun because Jamie Foxx is playing Spawn. He's gonna be Spawn. So Jamie Foxx is one of the better actors. Even though I resent him a little bit, he's not a Laker fan, but he's one of the better actors that Hollywood has. I'm a huge fan, and that's gonna be crazy, man. That's gonna be crazy. He was awesome. He said Ali. Absolutely. Greatest QB and greatest football player of all time. Greatest QB of all time. I mean, you can go any route. A lot of people say Tom Brady. I despise Tom Brady. I don't like any Boston teams or any Boston players, to be honest with you. So I despise Tom Brady. I grew up on Brett Favre. I know there was tons of quarterbacks that were better than Brett Favre, but back in the day when I was young, Brett Favre was the first one that pretty much put me onto to football. I thought he was amazing, man. Some of his comebacks were legendary. So I was a big time Brett Favre fan as far as QBs go. Running backs, I'm just bummed out that Reggie Bush's career never turned out because I loved him in USC, man. USC was dope, man. Matt Leinart as well. So yeah, Reggie Bush was my favorite college running back. I never really had a favorite uh, running back in football outside of Brett Favre. Michael Vick with the Falcons was also very awesome, man. Very awesome. Joe Montana. Hey, you can't go wrong with Joe. Oh, Jerry Rice, of course. How can I forget Jerry Rice? We did grow up watching Jerry Rice with the Niners. My brother's always been a big Niners fan. So, yep, Jerry Rice was up there for sure. I actually liked T.O. I like T.O., man. For the majority part of his career when he was with the Eagles, I love T.O. So, there's been so many. Barry Sanders, I never really got to see him play, but I know he was great. I know he was great. My favorite boxer of all time? When I was younger, my family used to love Oscar de la Hoya for obvious reasons. For me, my favorite boxer of all time is Muhammad Ali, for sure, for surely. Um, if I had to pick a modern day boxer, for sure it's Canelo Alvarez. He's a bad mother. You know what? You know what I'm saying? And And I thought the fight between him and Mayweather, he was still too young back then. But Mayweather schooled him. But I would have loved to see him fight in his prime, like where he's at right now, versus somebody like that. Now, obviously, Mayweather is outdated and he's no longer like a prime elite boxer since he retired. So I wouldn't like to see that fight now. But I was a big fan of greatness. What's your favorite dunk of Kobe's? My favorite dunk of Kobe's would probably be when we were playing the Phoenix Suns and Lamar Odom made a bounce pass through the defender's legs and Kobe caught it and he extended and he looked like Michael Jordan in that Space Jam movie, the way he stretched out and just grabbed onto that rim and just posterized the crap out of Nash. Because I hated that Phoenix Suns team with Raja Bell was so dirty, man. Tim Thomas and all of them. Boris Diaw, I couldn't stand them. So even though I had respect for Steve Nash always and always liked him as a player, I hated them when they faced the Lakers, especially because Kobe didn't have the help he deserved back then. But that was one of my favorite dunks of all time that Kobe did. Let's not forget the behind the back 360 dunk or 180. Can I box? I've sparred with an MMA fighter before, not like a professional MMA fighter, but like an amateur MMA fighter. And he said I had quick hands. He said that I could have like I have a boxer stance naturally. So he said that I guess I could fight though. I mean, I have a mean right hook. Like in self defense situations, I've knocked people out with my mean right hook. In life or death situations I've been on. Like I almost got robbed one time. True story. All right. I was going to deposit some money. I had ton. And I this was when I was younger, right? And I was hustling, and I had like money in my backpack, and I was gonna go to my bank to deposit it, but I was walking because I didn't have a car at this time. And and this one guy pulls up, man. He's like, "Hey, what you got in the bag?" I'm like, I knew immediately because he got out the car and he was super passive aggressive. I knew I had to right hook him, and I did. I hit him with the right hook. I didn't even answer. This was my answer right here. Hit him with the right hook. I guess I pushed the button because he kind of like he went out for a little bit and landed in the bushes. I ran behind the car across the street into Stater Brothers, and I waited for him to call the cops because they was trying to rob me, and I had well over 2 grand in my backpack. So yes, I do have a mean right hook, but I'm not. I'm a lover, guys. I'm not a fighter. The only time I've been in situations like that has been like that, or like I've been at the park, somebody try to bully me, and then they find out real quick that even though I'm calm and collected, I got a fighter spirit. So those have been the only times that I have used violence. I don't condone violence. I'm a lover. My brother loves my brother Eddie. He actually loves fighting. Like he's a brown belt. He did jiu-jitsu. He trained with Shogun Rua as one of his trainers from back in the day. So he's actually the one who loves fighting. Me personally, I love basketball. I'm a lover, man. I felt bad after all the knockouts I've gotten in my life, but they've all been in self-defense. To be honest with you, I've never instigated a fight. That's not me, you know. But growing up in the hood, you gotta have a mean right hook. If not, you find trouble all the time trying to bully you, man. All the time. He said, I like that one-handed dunk too on the Nets players. Ooh, that was sick as well. Yo, that one-handed dunk on the Brooklyn Nets when he was it Chris Humphries and Gerald Wallace, I think it was. I'll never forget it. When they did the X, right? They did this. I was like, bruh, that was sick as heck. Oh yeah, I love that dunk. That's another one. That's an underrated one. And that was later in his career too. That was after the Achilles tear. He came back from that knee surgery. That was amazing for sure. He said the Raptors had squad. He said Bogus, Chris Childs, Morris Peterson, Mark Jackson, Antonio Davis, and Oakley. Oh yeah. He said, "Yo, Dan, I'm a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter, and I'm gonna go back hopefully when COVID stops." That's what's up, bro. I have nothing but respect for fighters. They got heart. They got heart. So much love and respect to you. I know. I've seen my brother go through it. Um, he said, talk about Cobra Kai season 3. Yo, y'all haven't seen it? If y'all haven't seen, okay, especially you old heads out there like me, man. Y'all big fans of the retro stuff like Karate Kid. Check out Cobra Kai. If y'all haven't seen season 1, start there. But that season 3, for those of you that caught up, oof. I like the way it ended. I can't wait for season 4 now. And yeah, I mean, I like the way certain shows are bringing back these old movie franchises, like Star Wars. It's coming back with Mando and all these like series. Man, I think it's a beautiful thing. They keeping these franchises alive and expanding on them, which you diehard fans know what's up. But yeah, Cobra Kai is definitely the way you do a spinoff to a classic movie without tarnishing its old legacy. So other movies should take notes, and I do expect future franchises to come out, like maybe a Jurassic Park series. I could see like an X-Men series. I could see all kinds of things coming out in the future where they like revitalize these franchises, and it's just really fun to watch. So it's gonna be fun, guys. But anyways, this is gonna wrap it up for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this always fun pregame, man. It's always a blast talking with you guys. And thank you guys for the donation, support, likes. And if you already haven't, please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys right here for post-game recap coming up as soon as the game ends. Hopefully the Lakers get this victory, which I think they should. And we continue rolling, guys. Let's get this 4 in a row on the road. Lakers all day. I'll catch you guys right after the game. Enjoy the game.